Alright class, settle down, class is in session. Everyone get to your seats. Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel, welcome back to Don't Starve and our guide series as we continue on. This one's going to be a bit of an interesting guide and the deviation of what I wanted to do. We're going to be talking a little bit about starting when things are a bit rough at the beginning, in addition to our sort of normal things. So we're on to day 5, which as you know means that we're getting to that point where I want to start talking about base building, and where we are starting to think about where we want to set up our base. So after looking at our map, I think that somewhere around here is probably a good idea, or somewhere over here is probably a good idea. There's a glut of natural resources that I can take advantage of here. That's not too close to the berry bushes, or sorry, not too close to the tall birds or the hunter things here. And the one over here is also pretty good. I'm thinking the one on the right is probably a little bit safer, so I'll probably go there. It's a little bit further than the McTusks. Now the problem is I'm far away from any of the sort of resources that I would really want to have access to, and that is why I'm saying that this is a sort of rough start. This is not a typical start. It's what happens when you sort of don't have access to the materials or the buildings that you would want to have, and therefore sort of have to kind of eke out a meager existence, and it's not really good to have to do that, but it's definitely doable. So it's nice that I get to do this though, because it means that I get to add a little bit more content to our autumn scouting guide that we would otherwise not be able to talk about, because we've done this before basically. This is not that different from our previous Don't Starve guide, and now we've got something fairly different. Now I did get awfully banged up while I was hunting that clockwork guy, so we're just gonna run and we're gonna munch some flowers while we're on the way, and the reason that we're doing that obviously is because we just sort of need that little bit of extra health. Also, these carrots are going to be a great way for me to heal up once I get the chance to roast them, so that's going to be fine, and we're just about there. Now, one of the considerations that we're going to have in our mind is that we need to keep an eye on the moon phases, because we need to run all the hell the way down to get Glommer, which is going to be a real pain. He's really far off, so doing that is going to be a lengthy venture. It is autumn, so that means that it is worth me chopping down these trees instead of the others. I'm going to start chopping them down now because we're at that phase where I need some wood, and so we're going to chop down mostly birch nut trees, since also it lets us kind of clear them out, since they can be a little bit dangerous in a certain respect that I think makes it worthwhile clearing them out instead of the others. Now, we haven't quite got enough for a fire pit because I think we haven't got any rocks yet. Yeah, we haven't. Okay, so Chester, I think, has all our rocks. Have you got them? Yes, you have. Thank you, Chester. So we'll put those in there. We'll take the rocks, and we've now got what we need to make our stuff. So we're going to head up a little bit further north. We've got plenty more rocks that we can harvest if we need to. And we're in a good position, actually, to do a very sort of early beehive-based start. What the hell are you doing all the way out of here, Ibird? Right, his egg's right here. So we're just going to slip past him. We don't want to mess with him quite right now, since we're on very low health. And once we start fighting him, he won't really de-aggro very easily. So we're going to look for a good spot in this area here. We can be pretty close to the beehives, but we don't want to be too close to them. Looks like Tallbird's chasing Chester there, or Ibird, I call it. But, you know, I just don't call anything the right things. Alright, let's get a little bit more wood. We're going to need quite a bit more. And then we'll set up our base. That's going to be pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Nothing you haven't seen before. Now, there are two different types of bases that you have to consider, and it depends on whether you start summer or winter, fall or spring. Now, if you're starting in fall, you can build your base pretty much as you did before, and you want to sort of emphasize making sure that you've got enough food production and you've got all that going for you. But if you're starting in spring, you want a smaller base. The reason that you can actually get away with building the large base in autumn is that you'll get plenty of ice during the winter period that you can sort of put in your fridge. So this is another reason that fridges are so important, because you need to get a lot of ice when winter comes, and you'll be using it for the next year, so that if you have a large base, you can put down like 3 or 4 or even more icy fling-o-matics. And being able to put down that many icy fling-o-matics makes it so that you can sort of have that larger spring base and have that larger summer base and not have to worry about all of that getting burned down. So basically, you can sort of cheat the season there by making sure that you are just overabundant in certain resources. Now, I want to sort of get near where we've got some flowers here, so I'm going to build the fire pit kind of here. I don't want to build, like, right on it. I should have built that later, actually, and built the science machine first, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really care. Okay, we're going to start refining us some board. Actually, you know what we're going to do first? We're going to go ahead and drop that there and make ourselves our backpack. There we go. And let's continue on with our refining here. We're already out of boards. Okay, so let's cook these up while we're here. Okay, and the reason that we're doing this is that we want to make sure that we're getting a little bit ahead on health. I want about 50 at least, so we're back on track there. That's going to be quite good. We've got plenty of food in the form of like birch nuts, which we get very plentifully at this time of year. I don't want to plant too many more of them because I don't feel like I'm confident fighting birch nutters, so I want to make sure I've got a lot of seeds in my backpack, which is going to make sure that we can fend off a birch nutter invasion, which are the birch version of the tree guard. You saw me fighting them with Weber if you were watching that series. And that'll help us out tremendously in the short term here. Alright, so shovel. Of course, we'll eventually want to start replanting these, but for now, this is going to be what we're doing. Alright, so we can easily get a lot of planks here while still getting food. And again, that's sort of the advantage of these birch woods. You can get a lot of food while simultaneously getting a lot of other resources, so filling up your wood quota. There we go. Ah, damn it. Oh well. And let's get this one as well here. Where's my axe? Oh, I'm holding it. Grr. Okay, so you don't have to start here doing this sort of thing, but like, as I've noted, we're in a really bad situation as far as food goes. Like, our area of the map does not really have beefaloes. We don't have any of the things that we'd want to have. I can't get pigmen to fight with me safely because I don't have very much health, and I can't get a helmet with one of those free respawn areas where you would normally get your helmet from. So I'm in a bit of a pickle here. I don't have the resources I need to sort of get a lot of the higher grade foods right now. So we're going to have to look for food in other ways, and these birch nuts are going to be an excellent source of that. Let's get back to the base for now. We've got plenty of wood, so we'll continue refining that, and we'll start refining some rocks as well. We don't have quite enough rock, actually, so let's just run a little bit over here. Mow some of these down. Now, strictly speaking, we don't need to harvest any ice right now. It'll become bigger in winter. We'll get more out of it in winter, so we'll wait until then for the majority of it. But we want to keep it in mind that that's there. And the reason that we don't really need it right now is because obviously we're heading into winter where we don't, strictly speaking, need it for anything. Like, it's not going to assist us with whatever it is we're doing. So don't have to worry about that. We don't need a niter all that badly. We need a little bit for gunpowder, but that'll be later on, primarily in winter, just in case Deerclops shows up, which is a little bit more common, it seems, and that's not really a huge problem for us. But let's go ahead and make some more boards. Make some more science. First off, actually, we need to refine these. Okay, that's as much as we can get of those for now. We need electrical doodads. Oops. And we need enough for the alchemy engine, so we need one more plank. Okay, alchemy engine. There we go. So once again, we skipped right ahead to the alchemy engine. We got ourselves a pretty nice setup as far as the base goes here. We haven't really got a lot to do this night, so we're going to go ahead and just camp around the fire. We're going to start roasting these berries, eating them. And that'll help us recover our health just a little bit as well. It's fairly time-consuming as well to eat enough berries to recover any health. It's just a very slow, methodical process. We've also got these seeds, and unlike normal, we can just eat them. Since we don't really have much intention of forming an agricultural area here, it's just not going to happen with what we've got in terms of resources. But we can look to other food-producing buildings right now. I've got just enough for a lousy farm. I'm not even going to worry about that right now. Chester, do you have more rocks? No, you don't. Do you have these, at least? Okay. And I need a little bit more rock before I can go ahead and make our fridge, just so that I can refine that stone into a cut stone. Literally need one more. Sucks. But there you have it. Okay, so our health back up to 68. We're pretty much going to be okay. I'm not too worried about it in all honesty, so we're going to stop worrying about that for just a little bit. I'm going to try and be more efficient, though, by cooking all of our carrots before we eat them. I'm not going to cook them right now, and again, we're also going to cook the berries because that's another good way to get health. But yeah, we don't need to worry too much about that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make ourselves our first spear, though. There we go. And something else that we might want to make is a log suit, but we don't have enough logs to do that, I don't think. Let's just double check that, actually. How many logs does it take to make a log suit? I need 8 logs, yeah, so we don't have enough for that. Let's make the rope for it anyway. And the reason that we're making a log suit is that we don't have access to a helmet, but we've got the things that we want to be fighting relatively close by our base. So what we can do is actually just take off our backpack, go in and fight the tall birds, and wear wood armor for that period of time. Because we don't, strictly speaking, need a lot of the stuff that's in our inventory all that badly. A lot of it's just not really too important. So we can get away with just fighting it wearing our log suit instead of worrying about wearing a pig helmet, which is what I prefer wearing. We could try hunting here. It's a little bit risky because I can't fight a varg if we encounter one. So that's going to be my decision here, is I'm not going to fight a varg now. It's just not feasible right now. So given the resources that we have, we're going to focus on honey and we're going to focus on tall birds. So I need to make sure that I've just sort of got everything set up first, which means getting a refrigerator first. That's going to be what we want to go for right now. There we go. Okay, so we can get this. Lovely. Now, one problem with this setting up near here is that other than the tall birds, the resources here are like rocks, and they don't regenerate really. So you end up in a situation where the biome gets really depleted, and that just means that you're going to have a little bit of a rough time of things. So let's go ahead and build our icebox here. We'll put our food in there for now. And that's all fine and good. We'll just eat these as well. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to get enough wood to get through the night in addition to what we've already got here, because we've got enough to make the log armor, but we don't have enough to get through the night if we use it. So, you know, just make the best use of what you're doing. Make sure that you're getting as much of everything as you can. We'll load more stuff into our refrigerator and into our backpack, and then we'll drop the backpack off. That will give us a good opportunity to go ahead and fight some of the tall birds with our spear, and hopefully we'll be able to survive it because of our log armor, and because hopefully we won't be getting hit very much. That is the preference, after all. There we go. And at this point in time, I think we're deforesting enough that we should start planting down some birch, but I'll wait just a little bit on that. One of the other big concerns is I still haven't really found any sorts of respawning. Or if I have, I walked past it and just was not paying attention. So that does sometimes happen. Although I haven't seen it on the map, so you know, if I did miss it, I missed it really hard. Okay, so we've got too many logs now, according to the game. So let's go ahead, go to fights. Let's get this log suit. Let's go to our icebox and just toss all this in there. There we go. And what we'll want is to consolidate that there. And let's start putting some of the useless crap into our backpack, including our literal crap. That way, when we put on this log suit and equip the spear... Oh, that was a bad place for my backpack. Okay, so let's pick that up again. Okay, so log suit, put it on over here. There we go. Okay, so we got our log suit, we got our frilly, flowery garland here, and that's going to be fine. And we're going to go hunting. So these guys drop 2 meat. They also let you collect an egg, like this. And you just go ahead and get a hit and run. One of the easier things to kite in the game, so it's really quite simple to kill these guys. They have quite a bit of hit points, and they really hit freaking hard, like 2 hits and you're down, basically. The log armor really cuts that down, so important to have. Although I have beaten these guys unarmored without getting hit using nothing but a fire axe or a wood axe or whatever. You know, you still don't want to mess with these guys too much. Also, there's a spider nest here, which is going to be really important for us. So let's go ahead and get a trap out. Let's just try and piss these guys off a little. There we go. There we go. More monster meat. It's unfortunate. More monster meat, how unfortunate. Yeah. Oh, more monster meat. Or, sorry, no, that's actually that's a spider gland, that's fine. Okay, so we're now up nearly to full health. It's good. We've gotten a bit more meat, or rather a bit of meat, and we're going to go around to the other side, and we're going to go get meat from there as well. And yeah, that should be just about the day. We've got enough torch to get back. That should be fine, so we're not going to worry about that. I'm going to get Chester to hold this tallbird egg. They don't ever rot, so you can just sort of put them in Chester and it'll be fine. We've got quite a bit of nights, or we've got quite a bit of dusk ahead of us, so we should be okay for this. Should be, that's the theory. Sometimes these guys take a little bit longer to kill than other things, but that's because of the sort of kiting behavior. Alright, let's go ahead and pick this. And get a couple good whacks on it. It's another reason that I like attacking these guys at this time of day. Is that you can get a couple free whacks on them. So they go to sleep early, and then you can sort of beat the shit out of them while they're going, while they're waking up, and it makes it a lot easier to take them down after that. So look how dumb these birds are. Go for the eyes, indeed. There's only one eye. You can't go for the eyes. You have to go for the one eye. One eye of Sauron. Okay. So there we go. We've already got 4 meat rather, pretty quickly. Okay, got some good hits on it. I'm not actually sure if you can hit them twice before going back, but I don't like doing that. I think it's a bit risky, so... There we go. I kind of went for 2 there because I was counting hits, so I knew that I could kill him in that one. Anyway, let's go grab some berries as well. Ah, crap. Alright, well, we got that hat for a reason. Even though it's a light rain, it's going to be a rain, so... Okay, and that's 3 tallbird eggs. We'll put them all in Chester for now. And 6 meats, so we've actually gotten quite a bit of food from this little escapade. And it hasn't taken us all that long. The problem is that, of course, these things don't infinitely respawn. So we're going to have to wait a little bit before they come back. It takes a few days for them to do that. So in the meantime, we're going to spend our time looking for silk. If we look at our map here, we haven't really got any great spider areas like right beside us or anything. We might have to go all the way down to here just to get another nest. And it's not like a nest area, it's just one nest. So we'll mine out the one that we've got right beside us, first of all, because I think we can get another day's worth of spider silk and whatnot out of that. But yeah, we're not necessarily going to be able to get a lot of it. We just need to have the spider silk so that we can kind of get our bee equipment. That's what we ultimately need it for. And once we've got that bee equipment, we'll be able to make ourselves a beehive. We could make, we could actually collect some of it without that, but A, it's dangerous, and B, we shouldn't have to. So let's go ahead and get that. There we go. And this hat is not really doing jack shit or all for us, so we're going to go hide behind this birch nut tree for a little bit. We're still taking quite a lot of moisture in. Probably not the best, but whatever. Let's go ahead and store this in here. We're going to start cooking berries because they're starting to rot really quickly. And we'll fill our bellies up with that for the night. We might actually get to the point where we are like really, really wet and in trouble, but hopefully that's not going to happen. Whoops. Okay, so that's full, but let's put our berries all back in here. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go and pick on that spider nest again, and then we're going to go run off and collect from the other spiders. And the reason we're doing this again is that we want to focus our attention on sort of bees and tall birds. The reason we like bees is because they can stretch those tall birds out. Lately you'll notice I haven't really been paying much attention to crock pots, because I don't really feel like I need to have the crock pots to successfully do things. I think that I can just eat lots and lots of beef jerky because I end up getting enough that I can survive that way. That's not going to be the case here. Like, those are not going to respawn often enough that I can pull that off. So we're going to have to definitely make sure to put more effort into our food and survival efforts. We're already up to 27 moisture, which is really bad. Things are going to start going downhill pretty quickly for us, but I mean, let's hide behind a tree for a little bit here, for example. Like, it's still going up. It's all the way up to 30. This is the worst autumn downpour I've seen in-game in a while. But it does happen, so, you know, what we're going to probably have to do, we'll use this for instance, but what we'll probably have to do is look for flowers along the way. And probably just pick up as many of those as we can and try and make ourselves a pretty parasol. Now, I noticed that they did tone down some of the effects that were happening when you were wet. It used to be that you basically just instantly went insane and died, but as you can see now, we're taking a big dump in our on our sanity, so we're gonna have to try and do something about that, and hopefully things are gonna dry up before things get too serious. But you know, we've got 4, we need 6, so might as well just wait till we lose a little bit more sanity. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we've now got the survival to make the pretty parasol. Okay, and that will help us a little bit. We'll stand under this tree for a little while as well, which is bringing our wetness meter down. Let's make a quick dash. It seems like the rain is pittering out a little bit anyway, so standing here should be fine. Okay, our health back up to a steady 106. That's not that bad. So let's go ahead and start setting up our traps. We'll probably want another one because there's 2 spiders there after all. I don't know what that guy's problem is. What the hell is he doing? Huh. That's kind of glitched, but... Alright, there we go. We've had 0 silk so far, which I'm going to point out is atrocious. Huh. I wonder why this keeps happening. That is a very strange thing. Alright, well, whatever. This was a guy that came out by himself. Oh, crap. Okay, well... Let's, there we go. 1 silk. Fantastic. Okay, let's just drop that off. We'll leave it there. It doesn't really matter. I only took a little bit of a hit, so I'm not going to be whining too much about that. And our sanity is still going down like the dickens, so let's put on our pretty parasol and the flower headband that is about to rot, but that's fine. Now we have got virtually no silk here, so we can't think about making ourselves a top hat to recover. So we're just going to have to continue on with what we've been doing. I can't believe we only got 1 freaking silk. I only need like 2, I think. Butterfly net is 2, yeah, that's indeed 2. So yeah, we're just having some pretty bad luck with this map in general, but you know, you can still muscle through it, and you can see I'm not really perturbed by it. I'm just annoyed because it slows down a lot of things I want to get done. For now, though, let's go ahead and start making some charcoal. There we go. Controlled environments. You always want to burn in a controlled environment when you can. And, yeah, let's get this going. My sanity is going down even faster now. Very lovely. It is, after all, night now, so that should slow it down just a little bit, but still, we're looking into the abyss here, and the abyss is being a bit of a dick. Okay. Should be able to dry off pretty quickly, though, so let's go ahead and get to the fridge, dump all our food off in there, and take all of our sort of wet clothes. And we're going to take our wet clothes and just drop it in the box here. So yeah, our sanity droppage has sort of mitigated because of that. When you've got a lot of wet stuff in your inventory is what mostly seems to do it. I'm not 100% sure how it works, honestly, but it does seem to be mostly tied to what's in your inventory. If everything in your inventory is wet, it tends to be a lot worse than anything else. And stuff doesn't get wet in your backpack, so it's a good, useful vessel for that sort of thing, without having to worry too much about it. Okay, where's our shovel? There we go. Now what I sort of have to worry about is, apparently mole people. Asshole. Okay, yeah, we have to worry about mole people, apparently, and we have to start worrying about deforestation, because we're really just deforesting the area pretty badly, causing untold ecological disaster that we may never recover from if we lose our seeds. So we'll probably want to start planting pretty soon. Killing birds with fire. It's very convenient. And we finally dried off completely. That's good. Okay, charcoal. Good. I think lighting yourself on fire is a good quick way to, fix that problem. Alright, so let's put that in there. Let's put these in there. You in there. All you things in there. Okay. Now, what do we need for a crock pot? We need 6 charcoal. Okay, so that's quite a bit more than I've got. We'll have to hang it out through the night, though. Now, when I'm replanting things, I tend to prefer replanting the pine cone trees, but let's go ahead and start planting a couple of these trees regardless. I don't really want to burn them, but we're still going to take about 7 of these trees, 8 of these trees, and build them in a dense sort of location here. And the reason that we're doing this is that they'll sort of grow up a little bit, and we'll be able to harvest them all for charcoal in one good burn. So we'll plant like that. That ought to do. Alright, Chester, get back into the base. Good, and then we'll be able to make our crock pot. We'll also start, we'll go further afield actually, get a little bit more even, and use that for our sort of drying racks, because we'll also want to be able to dry our meats so that we can make jerky. Obviously it's also more efficient to have jerky because it's much longer lasting than regular meat. Okay, we can't do anything about our poor sanity, which is already down 158, which is pretty bad. It would have been nice if I'd actually gotten the pretty parasol just a little bit faster, but you can't really walk around with a pretty parasol all the time. It's just not really all that practical. Let's just drop that off the Chester. The reason being that the parasol obviously just degrades over time pretty quickly. It only lasts about 3 days. So the point of keeping it is pretty mitigated by that fact. So you want to make sure that you're just making them sort of when you need them in autumn, whereas in summer you can just build them whenever the hell you want. It's perfectly fine. Okay, there's sort of trees over here that we could burn. First off, though, we're going to harass the spiders again, committing our consistent and systematic murder of their entire species. You know, nothing wrong with that. Alright. There we go. Spider meats, damn it. Okay, silk. Good. Perfect. That's what we need to see. Let's get more anyway. We also want to get a top hat if we can, which we might not be able to. So that was all of them. Okay. And let's head on actually down to the other spider web. Let's burn these down actually. Okay. And we'll leave those be for now and just continue going. Now we're ready for grass and twigs. Twigs were running a little bit dry, not that bad though. And grass we can always use more of. Let's grab these seeds, just pop them in when we want to eat. It's always good to forage for as much food as possible here, given the situation we're in. I just want to check something. Spiders was down there, okay. And once we've gotten them a little bit bigger, we'll relocate them near to the bird nests. That way, if I forget to deal with the bird nest, we'll be able to hunt down a lot of spiders, because they will sort of fight each other. And it's also a good way to sort of weaken the birds if all possible. You just have to make sure that you're constantly harvesting them so that you don't end up in a situation where you've got like gigantic bee queen fighting bird people, because they'll kill all the bird people and the spiders will eat the birds, which means that you don't get any eye birds. No delicious eye birds. It's amazing to me that those things don't generate monster meat. I mean, they just really look monstrous to me, but that's just me. Maybe other people think they're cuddly and adorable. Alright. Damn it. Come on, Chester. Stop getting your ass handed to. Get over here. Okay, so, okay. Chester's sometimes problematic when you're doing these, and I always forget to tell him to go away, but, you know, it's fine. Alright, Chester. We're down to one trap since one of them got wrecked, but... There we go, spider silk. Good. I'd love to be getting more spider silk, but I'm getting a lot of monster meat, so... Okay, this one's out, so... We'll leave it alone for now. Collect up the berries that are near here. And we're going to go looking for some trees to burn down. No, those are kind of close to things. I'm just actually going to take the pine cones from this by chopping it down. Where the hell's my axe? There we go. Figure that this might be an okay time to do this. It's a good idea to have some pine cones on you from earlier on because the tree guards are a lot less likely to spawn at this time of the game. But even then, I mean, it's not like they're a big deal. I don't worry too much about them. Alright, we also kind of need the wood anyhow, so we'll go ahead and chop these down. There we go. And we also need a lot of grass. We just need a lot of resources to set up drying racks. It's a very tedious process. Okay, berry bushes, that's good. Let's go grab those. We're practically up to full health already. I mean, we're already up to 102. It's not bad. I feel pretty confident that we're not going to die because of, like, hit points anytime too soon. You never know, we might aggro a bunch of bees or something idiotic like that, but if we don't do anything too stupid, we should be okay. So we're just about into day 10, and as you can see, we've got a very minimalist base so far. It's not a very good one. We're going to try and work on it as hard as we can, but I mean, like, it does take time to actually set up a good base when you're in a position where you aren't really happy with your start. It just does happen, so let's see here. Oh yeah, and there we go. And where the hell are we going? Up this way. Problem is for me, I can't actually see the burnt trees at night because I'm blind. Okay, are these the burnt trees? I think so. I think one of them actually... Nope, neither of those were burnt. Those were just like those scraggly trees. Fantastic. Go me. Well, whatever. I can't see what the hell's going on. I don't know what's happening. Let's see. Oh, these are the burnt trees. Okay. There we go. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's off you. And then let's off you. Perfect. Spider silk, lovely. It's very good for us. And as you can see, making it back into base, we've got this little copse of birch nut trees. We're going to light them all on fire just in one go. As you can see, that sets up a nice good blaze for us. You can see it from like half a mile away. It's good. And we've got plenty of stuff to burn here, so let's go ahead and burn that. Let's start cooking these up. We'll cook these ones up first and then put them back in the fridge so we're not mixing them with our good berries. Okay, and we'll leave the rest for now. We'll put those there, that's fine, and we'll put the monster meat in here. Not sure what I'm going to end up doing with the monster meat, but, you know, it's there, it's an option. Where's our axe? There it is. Got one birch... Oh, we got a couple birch nuts out of this process. It's good. Our sanity is definitely slipping southward, so we're definitely going to have to do something about that pretty quickly. We could invent something, but for now, I think that's going to be our episode. This is sort of the logic behind... oh, crap. Okay, so there's one more thing we have to do. We have to run all the goddamn way down here to Glommer, who is way the hell down here. So this is going to be a 2-day adventure. We're not going to make it there tonight, but we will make it for the next day. We'll make that a new episode, so for now, I hope you found this enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you all next time.